Okay. I would just like to state that I had a conference call on March 28th at 1 o'clock with Mr. Bill Noble, Jean Glowacki, Joan Jordan, and Judy Barth, Director of Operations of Administration for CSU. Joan Jordan is the Program Administrator, Administrative Assistant for Mr. Bill Noble. Jean Glowacki, the 4-H Director, and the title for Bill is the Peaks and Plains Regional Director. So I had some questions regarding the situation to fill the position, and what was stated was that CSU handles the initial hiring process. They are a very small office, actually a party of 2, and there are 9 searches currently in CSU. We are number 8 in line, so 1 behind us and 7 ahead of us for a search. Mr. Noble is the head of the search committee. They are looking somewhere between July 1 and August 1 to put us in the queue for the search. At that time, a search committee will be put in place. They need to approve a position description, and that's only approved by CSU. Then they advertise it for 4 weeks. So they're gathering their search committee as they're gathering advertising. Candidates are scored during that time, and the references are done before scoring. They say it takes 3 weeks to interview for the position, and that there are 2 levels of interviews. One happens at the state level, the other at the local level here. So what comes from the levels of interview then goes as a recommendation to Mr. Lou Swanson, who is the Vice President of Extension for CSU. So we're actually looking at filling this position no later than January 1, hopefully between November and December. I also asked, because I was hearing through the grapevine that our 4-H Foundation was changing, and it was verified by Mr. Jean Glowacki that our 4-H Foundation is going to go to a council, and there's a chartered group that happens. There's new bylaws and there's a constitution. And the concern with CSU is that the 4-H name and emblem be in accordance with the state. So this new group is going to have its own EIN number. And like I said, it's a chartered group. It's under revision. And what I asked her is to please send me the documents that are under review, and I have yet to receive them. So I'll be on top of that. And I asked that our commissioners be kept in the loop. They had made the secretary/office manager upstairs, Carlin, and they gave her an interim position, an interim title, which is 4-H coordinator. I verified until we get our new extension agent that that's just an interim title, and she has the understanding, because I met with her, that once the extension agent is in place, she goes back to that title. I want to make it clear for the audience that the Carlin is a county employee. She is not a CSU employee, so we employ her. I also brought up the fact, because I met with Carlin on Monday, she had been operating without a job description. She was never given a job description. So I had Donna immediately supply a job description that Beverly was using over 20-some years. In my conversation with Bill and with Jean, I asked them to review that job description because they are giving her duties and responsibilities unknown to us. So that is in process as we speak. Okay? So that's pretty much the update. I had a lot of clarity, and if there's any questions on the floor, I welcome them.
One question. Timing seems like it could be quite a while before we have a new extension agent. Is there, other than Carlin, is there a potential to get an interim person to help handle the various activities that go on in extension, weeds and rodeo and all that stuff?
Well, I was going to bring that up next.
Sorry, I
That's
didn't mean
okay.
to jump ahead.
No. Carlin actually sent a request to all 3 commissioners. I don't know if you've had a chance to review it.
I did.
But in lieu of the anticipated need, she is requesting that Kylie Rosansky be an assistant to her at no more than 2 days a week. Our budget can handle that. They actually had an area for extra help. But in lieu of the fact that we are not going to have a position filled, you saw by today's vouchers, we will not be paying CSU the quarterly amount that we would normally be paying an extension agent. So we've got some money to help with office upstairs.
Do you know this? I don't know the person that
Yes.
she's requesting. Is that
She's been working.
okay? So she would be acceptable, you think?
Well, she's assisting.
She's working there, Donna's accepted her.
Yeah. She was working there while Robin was here in
Okay.
January, February. They brought her on to do some extra duties.
Another option that I've seen in other states, and I don't know if it would exist here or not, but I've seen situations where the county actually hires a county agent, not an extension agent, but someone that works part-time to act in the higher administrative part of it. And as we go down the road, I haven't explored this, I'm not saying it's something we would look at, but it may potentially offer us, if we need more help than what we've got and more expertise. In other states, we've done this, and I don't see any reason why it couldn't be done in Colorado, because it's a county position. As an example of this is, I had a feedlot testing program in Sterling when I was a county agent, and that was funded by some other sources. So I was able then to hire a county extension employee to work on that project. They didn't report to CSU, they reported to the county extension director and to the county commissioners. So I think there's precedent down the road if it's necessary. I'm not saying we need to pursue it, but if something happens down the road, I think we do have other avenues if we need to.
As an interim.
We need the technical support as an interim.
So, can I ask a question if I may, please? Is this someone who, in lieu of extension from CSU, or in adjunct with them?
No, it's someone that we hire as a county employee to take on our extension programs, which currently are not being able, if they aren't able to be handled by the office employee.
Got it. So CSU at that point would not be involved.
CSU has nothing to do with
Okay,
it.
I just wanted to
The only,
clarify that.
and now we need to clarify that, but that, that's been done in the past where we bring in people and work on grants and stuff. In this case, we said, okay, we're gonna bring you in as a part-time administrator.
Just wasn't sure I understood.
And I don't know if that would make sense, but that's an option that we could look at.
And I just want to make mention that I did sit with Carlin Monday. We had a nice meeting, and I got a report on the projects and her activities that she's done since March 1st.
Anything else?
Can I say something?
No.
When I started with the county, I started in the extension office in July, and they didn't have an extension agent till January. And then there was one other time that there was a pretty good period where we didn't have an agent. And I know the same happened with Beverly. And we didn't have at the time the grant work that Robin has done. But with support from CSU and surrounding counties, they helped a lot with other programs and stuff that I or Beverly couldn't handle during that time.
Yeah, and that still exists today, and that is an obligation they have. But if we're not getting the support, if we run into an issue, that may offer us an opportunity. The other thing that related with the extension, but it's not, I mean, it is, there's been some concern, and we got a letter from the weed district worrying about what we're going to do with the weed controls, and visiting with Gary. We need something we can use to take care of weed control along our highways, along our county roads. And basically, we're looking at the possibility, he felt that Barbie would have the time to coordinate any weed spraying we need to coordinate. So basically, that would become a county road and bridge responsibility. It wouldn't be an extension office responsibility.
So when you say coordinate, that would be like a schedule?
Scheduled stuff, and then also, we're looking at a county employee that would be doing the spraying, not hiring an outside person to come in. And then if we have a call in that we have noxious weeds over here and we need to bring someone in, then I would think, would go to CSU and say, okay, we need a weed specialist down there to identify this. And then if they need to be sprayed, that needs to be done on a commercial basis until we get down Clint like we did last year, where we had that individual would not permit access to it.
Right.
And then we take the same steps as a county that we did last year.
And I'd also like to make mention that I did get a copy of our weed ordinance, and it does not require an extension agent. It's not part of those bylaws.
No. Nope.
I read it.
Okay.
Thanks for that update. I appreciate that, because I was wondering where we were.
So I have a question. In the past, the extension office has helped a lot with the community garden. And one of the other side is the potatoes. So we're going to get potatoes. Is Carlin a full-time employee?
She is a full-time employee.
So would she handle the program where they come distribute potatoes?
She may, or we may have about a county agent come in and head that up.
Yep.
I mean, that's like right now. But
I would have the conversation, and she knows at any time if there's something that she can't handle, she brings it to me.
okay.
But we will, I assure you, get the support you need to continue with the community garden and continue with the other activities. Because they're only, 50 miles
She found
away.
us manure and mulch and other things that help a lot.
Do you have specifications on that?
On manure, grass-fed's best.
Okay.
Or local fed.
Okay.
Okay.
Horses or cows.
Are the most preferable species?
Anything else we need to address?
Well,
always a Monday.
I would just, I don't know if, I guess we need a motion to approve the additional day for the office help upstairs.
I so move that we add the time that you recommend. Is it one more day? One more day for assistance to Carlin in that office.
I'll second it.
Good job.
Discussion? I wonder if we want to, I'm trying to think, we say now you only work 3 days a week. Do we need to identify that as days per month or something? Because there may be time that she's going to need 4 or 5 days of support in a row.
Especially
Not three.
around fair. She's had the discussion with Donna with regards to budget, so she knows hourly where that cutoff is. But I agree, maybe we want to modify that and just say as the time needed, but not to exceed our budget. Is that okay, Jay? Closer to fair, she's
I understand. She's
going to
gonna
be
be, she need to be working a whole lot more. When you say within budget, you're talking about what's already budgeted for her position?
for extra help in the extension
I'm
office.
fine with that. Yeah, that's fine.
That doesn't
I got it.
doesn't tie us down to a set number of days.
I'm fine.
So you accept the motion as amended?
I do.
And you accept the second as amended? Is there any other discussion? Do we need to help Kelly get this down in writing?
That's our problem. Hey, we all got our problems, that's hers. I'm kidding, I'm teasing.
Are you comfortable, Kelly, with it? Okay. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, motion carries.